Hare Krishna. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Ubayorapi drishtontaha, tvanayoho tattvadarshi bihi. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna two important concepts which he needs to know. Like his problem is that one is that if I fight the war and I kill my own cousins and my own uncles and whatever, then I will beget sin. I mean, I will be doing the wrong thing for my comfort or for my necessity to have more wealth or to live a very grand life. Should I? Is it really justified that I can kill all these people? So sin means that which will cause me sadness or grief. Any action that we do, it has a positivity or a negativity to it. If it is positive, it gives you happiness. If it is negative, then it gives you sadness. So this positivity and negativity is not seen by us immediately when we do a certain thing in some cases or in most cases. In some cases, we do understand that this is a good thing that I have done. Immediately, we feel that, a feeling of very nice feeling you get in your heart. Oh, I have done a good job. So, but normally we don't know. But everything, every action that we do is considered in this way only. Every action has to be accounted for. So, Krishna wanted Arjuna to know what is the impact of doing good and what is the impact of not doing. So, both of these things he wanted to make sure that Arjuna understood clearly. Then the second thing that he wanted to tell Arjuna was about the nature of the world. So he said this world is a effect of a one cause. So what is the cause? The cause is not seen by us. What we see is the manifested world. But behind this manifested world, there is a cause. And so that cause, is it there always, or is it something which comes and goes? So for that, he wanted to tell Arjuna that this cause of the world is always there. There is no time when jivas are not there. He said already that in number 12. There's no time when I was not there, he said. All these kings, you and me, were always there, he said. Now he wants to tell the eternality of the material cause. That means, what is a material cause? So when we see the world, we can see the formations of different things, like, the objects. In the nature, whatever you see, that is also part of the manifested world. But this manifested world has a cause, and that cause is called or referred to as the material cause. So in the creation of the world, there is a material cause. So that material cause means what? Which causes the actual construction or actual, visibility of the things. That is what is called as the prakriti, mula prakriti. In the mula prakriti, we have sattva, rajas, and tamo, three energies. So the sattva, rajas, and tamo, three energies together combine and form so many things in the world in different ratios. How many ever, I mean, minute changes have made it happen. So it is so absolutely wonderful that such a thing can happen also. So what he is saying here is, all that you see here in the world has a material cause which is never going to go away. It will always be there, he says. So there is no time when they said the unmanifest material cause, it has never not been. Like how we used in that na tvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadipaha. In that song, in that verse also, he had used a double negative, saying that there was no time when you did not exist. There was no time when I did not exist. So here is using that same. It has never been that time that this unmanifest cause has not been, means has not been existing. Never, nor will it ever cease to be. in any time in the future also, this cause will always be there. There is no time when it will cease to exist. Brahman means God will always be there. And there is no time when he was not there. This has been already told to us. So this is the truth. So what he's saying is, this is the truth that is handed down by the seers or by the learned people in respect to both of these concepts. He's saying both of these, let us Brahman or God and Mula Prakriti or the unmanifest material cause. So these two are always there, he's saying. That means this is what the knowledge that Ubayor apihi drishtontaha tvanayoho tattva tu anayoho means tu anayoho means these tattvadarshibhihi means those who can accept, I mean those who can intuitively understand the truth. See, truth is something which is revealed. It is not which you can study or which you can obtain through intellectual, thinking, intellectual discussions or logics. Whatever you have to get like as a truth, that will be revealed to you. So the revelation happens when the mind is in tune with that frequency of that knowledge, which you can access it then. So that type of people who can access it, they have seen the truth and they reveal it to us, he says. This is how, I mean, though Krishna is completely, I mean, he's the super powerful God who knows everything. Yet he does not say that I am telling you this. He is telling that it is the seers of the yore, like people of old who have seen the truth, who have been, who to whom the truth has been revealed. They have said this, he says. They have said that this material cause never will cease to exist. Never was a time there when it did not exist. And in the same way, it is for the supreme power called as Brahman. So this is one part of the concept that is explained with the same words. There is another explanation about the morality. What are the moral rules in the world? We also know in this world also we have a set of rules. A person who does not follow the rules and regulations of the road is punished, or he is given a ticket, he is given a fine, and he has to pay for the consequences of not doing the right thing. Initially, I mean, if it is not a major problem, then they just warn him. So finally what happens is you have to understand what are the rules and regulations before you start driving. And even after you know them, if you do not follow them, then it is wrong. That is correct. So what happens? We have to put them into the place so that people do not violate the rules. So what happens because of that? They get a taste of the, of the law, how the law will deal with people who do not follow the rules. In the same way only, in this world, there is a set of moral rules. We don't have things which are really visible to us, but we have moral rules. You have to treat other humans with respect, and not just humans. All the living beings have to be treated with respect. Like that, there are many commandments in the Vedas and in the Puranas through showing the actions, how you should behave, how you should do, what you should do. All these things are there to help you to understand what is good conduct. So, what is good conduct? That conduct which will not hinder other people's growth. And in so many ways, you can keep on and on listing that good conduct. So, that good conduct will give you good, he says. Say, if you do anything good, you will reap only good, he says. Whereas if a person does something bad, then he will have to reap its consequences. Whatever action you do, you will be reaping it, he said. Whatever it is. If it is good, you get good. So he's saying one in double negative, that also, that is a good action will never fetch anything that is not good, he says. A good action will always never fetch anything that is not good. Similarly, a bad action will never fetch anything that is not bad. So anyway, you have to be sure that whatever you do, you will reap its consequences. So in this case, Arjuna, if you are not going to adhere to your good conduct, like what is your good conduct as a kshatriya, as a warrior and a king, you have to fight for the people, for the good of the people, to establish dharma. You cannot allow the people who are stealing, people who are not respecting women, you cannot allow them to rule the place, and that too after usurping it from those who deserve it. So this is not what uh, would be good conduct. If you leave the war and run away, that would be bad conduct. So be sure that if you are going to do something that is bad, then you will never obtain a good fruit from it. So this is a kind of one big statement he is giving to Arjuna, that he should decide what he has to do based on what kind of fruit you want. So if you want a good fruit, then better you take time to think about what and how you should behave. So keeping these two in mind, we have to proceed with the next like concept, what it is. So here what the requirement is there to talk about the creation, because creation has a cause, and the cause is also eternal. The creation is not that we are seeing in the world, that what is there today, it may not be there tomorrow. There will be man-made things which are collapsing. There are natural things also which keep changing, which one volcano is there, now it is not, it's dead, they say, because it already overflowed and it's finished. There was a river basin here, but today there's nothing. So these kind of changes also happen, so many things disappear also. But that temporariness is the nature of the world, but not so of the material cause, that is permanent, he says. So this is the summary of this verse, number 16 of chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita. So